Show. My name is Nick Earnshaw. I'm the radio station coordinator here at Camden County College. And guess what? We have another coach's show for you. This time, our tennis coach, John McCarthy. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
All right, Coach McCarthy, a couple of different avenues I want to start. I know you've coached high school and you coach here now. Tell me about what your path has been like to become a head coach of a college tennis team.
So I was a college player myself, fellow NJCAA player. I played actually for our rivals over at RCSJ.
Oh, not the Roadrunners. No,
I was. They had 5 straight national championships for tennis, and then I got there and I ended their streak. So I was always a Cougar at heart.
I love it. Tell me what your experience has been like since you became the coach here at Camden County College, and what it's kind of taught you.
Working with the college athletes, it's a little bit different than the high school. Every student athlete in college has a lot more things to manage on their schedule. So it's kind of taught me a little bit better time management because I got to work with everybody's different schedules. A lot of our athletes work, they're all going to school, they're all trying to get better at their sport. So in order for me to get them showing up at the same time, I got to be good at my time management as well.
That's fantastic. What's kind of the philosophy that you have instilled in your athletes since you've become a coach, high school level or college level?
It's just always compete and try to improve each and every day. Everybody's got to start somewhere. As long as you're getting better each day, eventually you'll get to where you want to be.
What style of play have you emphasized as a coach to your athletes, and how have they responded to your style?
I think consistency over anything. I'm very big on not beating yourself. And I think that's true of all aspects of life. Sometimes there's outside factors that affect you. You can only do what you can take care of and do it to the best of your ability. For the most part, I think everybody buys into that.
Right.
If they don't at the beginning of the season, by the end of the season, they figure it out.
How did you get into tennis? Tennis is a fascinating sport. It's usually during the spring, right? And how did you fall in love with it? Was it during when you were a kid, in high school, middle school? When was the time that you're like, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to get into, and I love this sport?
It's funny. I was actually a soccer player growing up.
Wow.
I broke my hip my senior year of high school.
Right.
I had a soccer scholarship. I lost it, so I went to community college.
Mm-hmm.
Plan was play
Right.
1 year of tennis,
Right.
and then go back to soccer. But my experience playing college tennis,
Right.
as being a part of that team, was unlike anything I experienced before. I really fell in love with it.
So you were a soccer player all the way up until senior year, had an injury, and then you fell in love with it later in life. How did that all come about? Like, how did you just get involved with tennis after playing soccer for so many years?
I played tennis in high school, but when I did it in high school, it was more something to do in the off season. Soccer was a fall sport. So I did it in high school. Just my brothers did it, and stay in shape, do something in the off season.
That's really cool. That's fascinating. So tell me about the team this year and what you've learned about your athletes.
So this year's a little different. Last year we were second in our region, third in the nation. This year I got 5 first-time tennis players, a lot of new beginners that I got to do a little bit more coaching for. I'm excited the work they've put in so far, how much better they've already gotten. I'm excited to see how they progress throughout the year.
What goes into preparing for a tennis match, as especially you have a lot of new athletes? What goes into the preparation against another opponent?
I think the hardest thing in our sport is there's usually not a ref. So unlike other sports where you might be able to get away with not knowing all the rules, if you don't know all the rules and your opponent does, there's a good chance you get taken advantage of. So I think in our sport, more than most, knowing the nuances of the sport is a little bit more important.
How do your players handle pressure when it's a close match? And what is kind of your style and your advice to them when it's close?
Well, I haven't gotten to see them under pressure just yet, but my advice is always play each and every point, 1 point at a time, and just don't worry about 1 point is bigger than another. Just every point is the most important point you'll play.
What would you say the identity of this year's team is, from your perspective?
Oh, we gotta be grinders. We gotta be willing to outwork everybody. Like I said, we got 5 new players, so the technical skills might not be as good as other athletes, but if you work hard, I think things can go your way.
That's awesome. Who are some athletes that our listeners here at WDBK should know about and should watch for?
I think 2 players to watch. One is a All-American from last year, Madison Newbold. She played second singles for us last year. She first singles this year. Like I said, she was an All-American. She definitely a player to come and watch. And then we got a girl, Pamela Tavares, that I'd say is putting in more work than anybody in the region.
That's outstanding stuff. And we've had other coaches on the coaches show here at the college. And obviously at times it's a challenge for a 2-year school to go out and recruit, and, players coming in and out every single year. You're getting new players every year, to say so to speak. And what has been the biggest challenge for you in the recruitment process, and how do you go about it?
The biggest challenge for me is tennis, kind of typically a more affluent sport. The biggest challenge at community college is there's a little bit of a stigma, unfortunately, for community college. I think it's a great choice for so many athletes. Unfortunately, so many parents have a negative stigmatism that we got to get over.
How do you go about doing that? Like, how do you sell, hey, come here, you're going to learn the game, you're going to get coached up, and you have opportunities to go elsewhere after 2 years?
I think the best thing that you can talk to them about is you're not going to get as many opportunities as you get at CCC.
Right.
The administration, phenomenal. They're putting a lot of money into the facilities. I don't think you'll have a staff that cares more than you get here at Camden County.
What has been the number one thing you've learned since becoming the coach here?
That's a good question.
I stumped you with that one.
That one's a good one. I think the number one thing I learned is patience working with these new players that are coming out. Like I said, they manage a lot on their schedule, and I want everybody to be tennis first all the time. Right. And I know that's just not
that's like me. I want them to be radio first. Our producers here. That's
right.
I want them to be radio first all the time because I'm the radio guy here. So I want you to be radio first. Obviously, they have all of their, their classes and things of that nature. How do you get them to also focus in on the classroom too? What's your message to them in that respect?
My message to them for that is your number one thing. You're a student athlete. That means student comes first. You can't move on to another 4-year school if you don't do what you got to do in the classroom. Doesn't matter how good you get at the sport. No 4-year school is going to want you to be on their team if you can't pass your classes. Right.
It's your student first. Classes come first. And you got to do well in your classes to be able to participate. Right. So, you're a tennis guy now, I guess, so to speak. Are you still a soccer guy?
No, I'm fully converted.
Fully converted. All tennis all the time. I love it. So if I had to ask, who is your favorite tennis player of all time?
Favorite tennis player of all time? Definitely Rafael Nadal.
Oh, Nadal's, he's legit. He's ridiculous.
The embodiment of every point is the most important point you'll ever play. Just would go out there and run down every ball. Fierce competitor, doesn't matter what the score is. Definitely my idol.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk to me about something that your players might not know about you. What would it be? I've gotten every coach. You know what I learned about Coach Scanzano from the baseball team?
What'd you learn?
Big musical guy. Loves musicals. These guys were razzing them up about, you like musicals, blah, blah, blah. So something along those lines. What might your players not know about you?
I participated my senior year of high school in Mr. Hamilton.
Get out of here.
A pageant of sorts.
Wow. I remember that. I'm a Hamilton guy too. You got 2 Hamilton guys at CCC. How about this? So you were at Mr. Hamilton. Did you win, or were you just one of the participants?
I did not win, although I think I had the best talent. I juggled.
What was your talent?
I juggled. I thought I killed it, but maybe didn't do so good in the swimsuit.
That's awesome. That is fantastic. I remember Mr. Hamilton when I was there. I did not compete in that. No way. No way. I actually grew up in Atco. So I was an Atco guy that went to Hamilton. So I don't think I think I'm disqualified anyway. I don't know. That was great. Coach, is there anything you want our listeners and our audience to know about the program here at Camden County College and what they should look forward to the rest of the season?
I don't know about the rest of this season, but moving forward, if anybody wants to try out tennis, like I said, we got 5 beginners this year. I love teaching tennis. Anybody who's got any interest, I'd love to have you. We actually partnered with Berlin Voorhees Tennis Center so that we have access to indoor facilities. I know we don't have courts here on campus, but like I said before, you'll get a lot of support. So take advantage of any opportunities.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for taking a couple of minutes with WDBK. We look forward to seeing what you guys do as the rest of the way goes forward.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Coach McCarthy, everybody. Nick Earnshaw, radio station coordinator. This has been the Cougar Coaches Show. We will see you next time.